snake that she loved.
Okay.
Very much. The snake was about 7 feet long, and one day it just stopped eating. After several weeks of trying everything, the lady still couldn't get the snake to eat. The woman took the snake to the vet and explained her situation. The vet replied, "I see. Has your snake been sleeping with you at night or snuggling real close and stretching himself out?" The woman said, "Yes, every day, and it makes me so sad that I can't help him feel better." The vet said to the lady, "Ma'am, your snake is not sick. It has been preparing to eat you. He's been sizing you up every day so he knows how big he has to be. He's not eating, so he has enough room to digest you." Moral of the story: recognize the snakes around you. Just because they seem close to you doesn't mean their intentions aren't to devour you.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great men soon that do real well, that taught us this 100% truth, and salutation to the brothers around the four corners of the earth as I preaching this word in truth and sincerity, hailing the downfall of Esau, Edom and his wicked queendom. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Right, going back into the video we just played. Right, as you can see, all these animals was created by who? It was created by Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? And don't feel that they're so mild, they're so tame in this time, right? A lot of you all, especially you all Edomites, you all want to tame them and have them as your pets, right? But what the person say, the moral of the story is, don't forget don't be, let me say, deceived by these simple snake, right? Or let me say these ligers, these tigers, these cross species animals who these heathens want to make, right? And so feel that they could tame them and they're tamed. No, these are vicious beasts that the Lord made, right? For the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That day, what the scriptures speak about is a terrible day, right? A very, very, very terrible day. Don't feel that you all can tame these beasts and it will be all good and all well, right? Because we know what the Lord created these things for. I just want to bring up this first precept here, right? The book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40. I believe it's from verse 9.
There is Sirach chapter 40 and starting at verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation and the scourge. These are things created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
Right? All these things is created. The Lord created these things for you wicked heathens and you wicked tutor jakes, because these jakes not gonna get right in this day and age, in this time, and you wicked heathens, you all gonna have to feel, right, the death, bloodshed, strife, right, the sword, calamity, famine, tribulation, and even a scourge. These things created for you all. The Lord made these things. So don't feel that these animals is your friends right now. Right now they're just tame. Right? They're tame in this day and age.
The Lord didn't turn up the spirit yet.
As your brother just said, the Lord didn't turn it up yet. Right? Where you all feel that, hey, this is my pet, I could hug him up and lie down next to him, think normal, right? But when I check it out, if you search up how many people are being killed by these beasts right now, the Lord turn it up easy. Little by little, the Lord turn it up, right? I just want to go down here into Google, because I was, even, I know click back on this, even here in Trinidad, right? Back then when I was young, it had pit bull. I believe a pit bull is also a man-made dog. And I believe so. I believe the crossbreed the pit bull dog, right? And it had a child down on my side, right? They had a pit bull, and the pit bull literally takes she. You don't know when the Lord God turn up the fierceness on these beasts, right? The pit bull takes she and drag she from she head, bust up all she head and thing. They had the cut out she hair and drag she from here at a good distance. That's a savannah, living next to a savannah, right? And drag she in the savannah. What going on is the father, right, had to go and kill, well, basically put him to rest, because we know these things is a serious thing. You can't friend with these things too much, especially you wicked two-toed jakes, because you don't know when the Lord gonna use these animals to delete you, right? This is the independent side. It says grandfather attacked by 11-foot python that came through. Yes, that came in Slovakia through an open window, right? So don't feel these things is just normal beast, a normal snake, a normal dog. Yeah, this is my pet tiger. You wanna see my pet tiger? You was so foolish, especially the jakes. When you will see these things, you all and wow. It was like, wait, I want one of that. It's so cute.
Yeah, because pursuing the way they say they will take place with that girl, she was a young girl, around
Yeah,
3-4, right? And the pit bull, some people might have said, oh God, why that happened to she? But there is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 16, right? I'll wait for the brother to pull it.
Come.
There's Ecclesiastes 3 and 16, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there, right? So, pursuing to reincarnation, right? You just die, your body does go into the earth, and your soul does go back to the Father with centered, right?
That's right.
That girl received that judgment from the Father, or rather Yahushua, pursuing to John 5 and 22, because all judgment was given unto Yahushua. And
right.
Yahushua gave she that judgment to come back in the earth as that, 3-4 year old girl to get tear up from the animal.
That's right.
So, some people go sit down and say, well, that unfair, that unjust. No, them get full right, them get fully well what they deserve to get.
That's right.
That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't just, a coincidence. That girl deserved it, whether you like to hear it or not, because it have a precept in Job, we say, whoever perish being innocent. Like one person is innocent. So when that happened to she fully deserved that. Okay, go ahead.
That is why, as the brother just see what the brother was just add to what the brother was saying. That is why we do have pity for these wicked jakes. When you see these vagabonds, as they say in Babylon, but we just call them vagrants, right? Or them just call them hobos and stuff. When we see them, we do have pity for them, because we know that is their judgment the Lord put upon them. Right? We have pity on them. Where Yahushua said, pray not for them, but he pray for the elect who was given from Yahweh to Yahushua. Right? These are the ones who we're praying for. Watch even back with Jeremiah. What you want to Jeremiah?
You're praying not for these people.
That's right. We ain't praying for these wicked jakes and them, because they will always be wicked. Right? These jakes, you will have a serious judgment what the Lord is going to bring upon you in the time to come. Right? And that day, hey, you always give me the crying bitterly.
We said there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's right. Look, even Ezra said it, woe is me, woe is me.
Who shall deliver me
Right.
that day?
So who does imagine this? If you're not obeying the Lord's statutes and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who going to deliver you? Who going to deliver you if you're not obeying his laws? If you ain't thinking and meditating these terrors to come, because we know that day is not going to be a good day upon the face of the earth. Come on. Like you said, right? Because when you check it out, you all jakes right now, you all sitting in the luxury, who comfortable in this place right now. With the day, that day is gonna come and make you uncomfortable. That day you ain't gonna be feeling like, hey, you wanna go and party, you want to go and zest, you want to go and wine on this man wife and commit adultery. You ain't gonna be thinking about that. You're gonna be seeking to save your own life. You're gonna be in fear for your life, because that day is a fearful day, as the scriptures say.
Have a precept here in Revelation 22 and 11.
Can.
Right, the Revelation 22 and verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. They just add to what the brother was saying, right? And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And here we are, which I say, right? And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So wherever judgment you get in that day, you was fully deserving, right?
That's right.
Fully deserving. You was a wicked two-third nigga, as the brother was, pointing out some traits that them two-thirds have. You're gonna get a two-third reward. You as a righteous man, you're gonna get a righteous man reward, right? And as the brother said, them we're gonna be seeking to save their life. They're not gonna be able to save their life. Them just gonna go out with a whimper, and we're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh. You see. We don't have pity for them.
That's right.
Right.
And just to add to the brother, I say we gonna laugh because hey, the Lord also going to laugh, right? And
Yeah,
we be
laugh at their calamity.
yeah, that's exactly what comes from my brain, right? The Lord gonna laugh also because why? All the time you want to listen, you want to hearken, right? The Lord said He sent forth His prophets, right? I think it's Proverbs 1:25. Right? The Lord also going to laugh because He sent forth His prophets week in, week out, right? 24. Right? Week in, week out. Day in, He sent them before the morning. He sent them early in the morning. And where's the morning right now? Where's the daytime right now? It's now, before His judgment come. Right? Sirach 5. Right? Right? Before all these judgments come, seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, seek the Lord before His evil day come not. Right now, you have a lot of time. But it's only, as always quote, when your teacher in your school, right, back when whoever used to go to school, right, and the teacher leave the class, they say use this time productively, use this time wisely. Don't just want be like no class clown and do bullshit. But then these heathens love party and bullshit. Jakes, not heathens, but mostly jakes. Party and bullshit. Where you have a shy basically want us to do in this time, in this day, is use it wisely, right? Seek Yahweh Shai first, and then anything else. But no, this wicked jake party and bullshit. Let me go and do this and let me go and do that. Let me go and sin and continue in the iniquity. But you can go ahead.
It also a scripture where they say, seek the Lord while He may be found.
That's right.
Right, it comes to a point in time, the famine of the wood. The prophets are not gonna be out there, no.
That's right.
Like when 70 AD they take place, you think Peter, James, and them was out there prophesying? No. It's a time and a season for everything under the sun. And being the time of the season now is the fishing season, right?
That's
Jeremiah
right.
16 and 14.
That's right.
Or 16 and 16. We're in the fishing season right now. We in the time where you could hear the word right now. When the word gets shut off, when the Lord see the book, that's a day for you. Your bread butter. Right? But the precept for the brother there.
You go ahead.
The Proverbs 1, starting at 24. Because I have called and He refused. I've stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And how we do that through the prophets, Hosea 12 and 10. I've spoken by the ministry of the prophets, right?
That's right.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel. You disregard everything the prophets were saying, right? And would none of my reproof. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Right? So you have no regard for what the Lord had to say. You're gonna laugh at your calamity, right? But
that's want to go down to the word calamity for those who do not know. Right?
I'll put it in my short Facebook. Right?
Oh, you can. Right, I'll get it here. And I'm going to read it out here first. Right, it's a calamity, an event. Oh, crap. It's an event resulting great loss. The distress that results in some disaster. Right, let me see we here. It's in the etymology dictionary app. Right. about calamity, right? It says damage, so that damage state of adversity. It says a great misfortune or cause of misery.
1 for 40 then.
Yeah, yeah, of course of misery. So that time you're going to be in great misery. You're going to see this one dying, next one dying. With the scripture say that you all wicked jakes and you wicked heathens, right? They're going to be like dung on the face of the earth, right? So in that day, the Lord will be laughing because, hey, would you say and go who laugh last laugh the best? Because in that day you all ain't gonna be laughing and you all gonna be crying and weeping bitterly, right? And the Lord will laugh because why? You didn't wanna hearken to me now, but you don't wanna hearken to me now, but when the time come then you wanna hearken now. You're only looking for the prophets and them in the streets. Hey, you all want some oil. But no, what the scripture say in Psalms Matthew 25. Right.
5 are wise, 5 are foolish.
That's
5
right.
wise took what the extra oil for their sustenance.
That's right.
We can't come and give you oil now. You going mad. We can't come and give you oil now. You had time to go and buy your oil, but you going mad oil now. You can't hand that over.
All the time they buy the pastors and they say, hey, what's them? Them man, them the bed shit and them and they say, nah boy, them foolish Hebrew Israelites and them. Best they stay from them. But when the time come now, they're looking for we now. The hunting is like the hunting for we.
The hunting. Are they word a calamity for you?
Can.
There's Strong's page 343 a day. It's distress, burden, calamity, disaster, day of calamity, right? Oppression by implication in the Strong's definition, misfortune, ruin, calamity, destruction. So in the day of your destruction,
that's right.
So laugh, the Lord gonna laugh at all. Right? And go and do it through the prophets, right? We can sit down and watch a nigga fucking a dog tearing up and nigga a snake fucking a venomous snake no bite a nigga and he freaking he's groaning in anguish and gonna laugh at you.
That's right.
Right.
God. Yeah, that is true. That is true. In this day and this age, if you alone are hacking a day, this gonna be the prophecy. Will the Lord prophesying upon you, wicked Jake, this gonna be your lot.
Yeah, that's gonna be your lot.
Right? If you don't want to hacken now, well, hey, don't even try to hacken then. Well, they still willing. But they we say, don't even try to hacken then because we ain't gonna be speaking. That's why to bring out the precept here. Amos 8. Right? Amos 8 and verse 11. And it says, behold the days, behold the days come, saith the Lord, saith Yahweh power, that I will send famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? So in that day and age, the Lord is going to shut up the mouth of his prophets. Because you know why? You all didn't want to hearken. So the time is going to come now. We ain't going to be speaking. We ain't going to be telling you all, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, come back to destroy all the wicked heathens. And you Jakes better get right with the Lord, get right with the Master. We ain't going to be telling you all that. Right?
And pursuing that as well. The elect would have done the same.
That's right.
And you know the Lord only hunting for the elect. So anybody who trying to, get our word in that time, you don't know you're not elected already.
That's right. It's like back in the movie Simpsons, right? When every single body was looking. I think it was Homer was the one who was telling them the end coming or something.
The end is near sign.
Nobody don't want people basically label him a madman. And that is what they label the man of the Lord right now. Madmen. To them we speaking nonsense, to them we speaking a set of shit. They don't want to hear that. But they tell Jeremiah prophesying to us smooth things, Jeremiah.
Smooth words, prophesy deceit. That's what they want to hear, and the apology to bring up that as well with the Simpsons because Homer is an ass naturally. And you see how Homer was prophesying in the end. How they're painting the prophets in that light, in that likeness of a fool. Right, but we go be fools, say Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right. We be more than happy to be fools, say Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But we go see you see the true fool, go be made manifest in that name.
That's right.
Right.
I'll bring all the piece up from the was Sirach 49.
39.
39. Let me say 49. Yeah, 39. I'm at.
Yeah,
Verse 39. That was
28.
28. Can.
Right? They say at 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created. So like noise. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right? And hey, just remember this. Who made them? Not the Lord. Wasn't it the Lord made these things? So hey, the Lord, no. The Lord is so good and so merciful. His mercy endured forever. Yes, it's a scripture. But these heathens and them, especially these jakes and them, they like to paint it in a way that no, he don't do that. He don't do evil. He's a good God.
God is all love.
Yeah, all love.
But how them does explain Amos 3 and 6? Cannot explain that. How does it explain Exodus 15 and 3? The Lord is a man of war.
Man of war. Al-Shadia. Al-Shadia, actually.
He was known as what? The Almighty Power, which is what? Al-Shadia, great and terrible demon-like power.
That's right. Also, they call him the destroyer of the Gentiles, especially the wicked heathens. Yes, the Lord is just to dash them in pieces.
Wait, the Lord's name is dreadful among the heathen.
That's right.
So, I don't understand where you get this narrative from that the Lord ain't gonna fuck the place up. That not making no sense to me. It's clear to see that the Lord fully well capable and has done it. He flooded the whole earth and he ate people alive.
Yapa,
You think it's so far-fetched for the Lord to just turn it up like that?
Telling me? Just imagine how the Lord kill out man, woman, child, baby, the grasshopper hopping. You telling me, who is this wicked place? Because as we always say, the Lord right now have the highest killing toll in the whole world. Yeah, the highest score
in history.
In history.
The Lord had the most kills.
Yeah, and as Brother Howard is saying, this time, hey, he gonna come and break the high score in this day and age with all these souls right now, and this going to be in this earth with these wicked heathens and these wicked tutor jakes. Lord gonna break the high score.
Yeah, because as I mentioned, it have more people on the earth now than there's ever been.
That's
Why
right.
all these people here? For the Lord to bring up them to pour upon the judgment.
Would they say overpopulated?
The Lord put all these people here to judge all of them because when the precept in Leviticus 5 and 14 we say the righteous scarcely be saved. What shall be the end of the unrighteous?
That's right.
Because the Lord bringing back everybody, for the righteous to get taken up in the chariot, the elect to get taken up in the chariot, and for your two-tailed jakes to feel it, or your heathens to feel it. That's why it has so much people on the edge right now.
And I always draw this analogy. It have one man stand up here on the side of the road, and next man in the middle of the road, and a car pass, and it just graze this man's shoulder, so pow! He get a cut on the side of his shoulder. What happened to the man in the middle? But you're dead like a dog, boy.
Ooh, yeah,
I tell you, you're dead like a dog, and that will happen to the elect. The elect will be scarcely be saved, and these wicked heathens and these tutor jakes, right? A lot of, I'm not talking about all you tutor jakes, right? And a lot of these wicked heathens, as the brother say, bread butter.
With the precept they say if you ain't get killed with the sword, you will get killed with famine.
That's right.
You're not escaping. One, if this is which let me continue with it. It's fire. I'm verse 29, right? Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance, right? Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the swords punishing the wicked to destruction. Verse 31, and they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, that need coming now, right? And when their time is come, that time coming now, they shall not transgress it. They're not coming here to play.
Yeah, that is true. Even the angels will say how the angels, because remember the scripture says spirits, right? The angels, will the scripture say they appease the wrath of him that sent that made him, right? So the angels not transgressing. So they want to say, even that's the add, to go off topic. That's the add where they say how the devil. Well, not devil, so like Satan,
yeah, he
fight against God and he come against God, and this is fucking bullshit. That is nonsense you are speaking. They say they appease the wrath, the pleasing him, the credit, the ready to do what the Lord tell them to do in the split of a second, right? So don't feel when that time comes, the Lord not going to send his angels, his spirits created for vengeance, all these teeth of wild beasts. Don't feel the Lord not gonna send these things.
Lord send
The Lord sending it for you. Right? Because that day the Lord is waiting. Yahweh Shai, especially Yahweh Shai is waiting patiently for that day where we Lord say his in Wisdom of Solomon 5:20. He see very wrath, it's sharp and fast sword. That means the Lord vex, he angry, he just waiting for that day to destroy you wicked heathens.
But we I wish I did say what would I if my Amrat was already kingdom? So if he 2,000 years ago was mad, you tell me 2,000 years of bare iniquity running through the earth, the Lord am mad. Still, you can even check back to the time when the Lord tell Abraham, the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. So if you're asking the question, why was taking so long? The Lord just waiting for you to build up all that iniquity to fuck you. Where your parents just say, I'm piling it up.
Ooh,
piling up
yeah, piling up the licks, yeah.
That's what the Lord doing, the pile. I really come and share that licks.
Everything.
Ooh, everything. Everybody. Even somebody who knew nothing. And you know he not really ain't do nothing.
Yeah,
But he piled it up for one
What
man.
does it Peter people pull
Yeah,
up
pull. Now
everybody getting it.
Everybody getting it. Man, woman, child, like Ezekiel 9:46. Man, woman, child, don't spare nobody.
That's right.
The only men you spare is who? The men who had that mark on the
That's
forehead.
right.
The one who was sighing and crying for all the shit that was being done in the
That's
earth.
right. Hopefully we're part of those men because that wanna be the best place to be in history of life. In all your lifetime is being part of the elect, being saved, exempted from judgment. Right? You understand? We Lord say because you have did his will, that's roughly paraphrasing scripture revelation, because they follow his word and continue in his path. Right? He Lord can spare you from that day of temptation, especially taking that wicked mark. Right? That will be so your power. You'll be happy when the God say you're gonna be up in the chariot, right? As the elect tears in your eyes, because why you be the Lord save you from this wickedness, why all this wickedness in this earth.
What the Lord with the script precepts say the Lord is not unrighteous, so forget your labor love.
That's right.
So all this we doing here, Lord will, we are part of the like the Lord not unrighteous, He not gonna forget all of this we do for Him. So you just have to continue steadfast in this thing. But
That's
for
right.
you all, your judgment. Sure.
Yeah, that's just as a man I like to do sometimes. Just imagine it. If the Lord he not gonna forget our labor of love. What happened to you, wicked man? The Lord say he coming back to reward every man according to his works. So what happened to you, wicked Jakes, whose works was only evil? Right? What happened to these heathens and them who always profaning the Lord's name and putting it, because you have to remember this, it all begins with these heathens who profaning the name of Yahweh Shemashai, and the Jakes now coming and following them.
Following in that
Right?
step.
Remember the scripture speak about all these prophets, all the false prophets who misleading his flock. What going to be your part? Because remember the Lord loves his people, no matter he's wicked to the Jakes, the Lord loves his people. Right? So what happened to these heathens who want to mislead Jakes, and you wicked Jakes who want to follow the heathens and them and mislead the Lord people? You feel you go away unpunished, just like Esau Edom. Remember, you all falling under the same spirit. Would the Lord say that they have the father, the devil? Right? So you all falling under that same spirit. Don't feel you all gonna get judgment too.
Oh, you're not exempt.
You're not exempt from judgment neither. Because you are just being this house nigga, right? Want to continue on that master will. You want to study Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and His will, right? You want to study the will of these wicked heathens and this world.
Oh yeah, no problem, keeping these forced holidays.
Can.
But if it's time to keep a holy day, now that's problem. You can keep it. You don't want to keep the Passover. You don't want to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Pentecost, Hanukkah. You don't do none in the Lord will. But when it's time to follow a multitude to do evil, or you're fucking ready and willing.
You know what's going? It's not flashy enough for them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not
It's
like the
cool,
flashing lights. What they call is which is New York, the city of lights. I ain't too sure if it's New York, brother could correct me if I'm wrong, right? They love the lights, the flashing lights, you understand? They hear in the dingle, hey. Yeah, they like that. Jakes love it. right? They love the music and the freaking tinkling of these freaking instruments and stuff, and the banging of the drums, the boom, 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 and the heart pumping. So you understand? You're running to wind up on this
They
one
like the
freaking mic.
soca, they like the soca,
Love it.
they like the fucking the carnival, the adulterous, you know, gatherings. I love them things.
Can
Cause I just have breeding ground for adultery, you know.
Hmm.
Carnival, Juve, all of them things just have breeding ground for adultery to take
That's
place.
right.
And you Jake reveling in it. The reveling in it. So,
Especially these parties in these nightclubs. That's why the apostles' advice is basically stay away from these things because
the judgment coming.
A man.
You don't want to be around a man when the judgment coming. Because you might not get spared. You don't know. And you know what it is, you don't want to tempt the Lord.
Because a lot of, let me say, shootings is happen right after these nightclubs and these parties. Because I was watching, I know if I post up a video in the chat or something, if I was watching on Cut on Reel on Instagram, right? It was after a party, outside the party, and it was a shootout, right? And I feel it's jigs, because you know the jigs, a lot of them shoot like the little Glock 19 and thing, yeah, love that. You understand? He's so, right? And it's basically, I think it was two people died, three people died, and some of them was injured, and the guy, the Jake was a Jake, yes, I remember it was a Jake. He got locked up and he was in prison for freaking first degree murder and second degree murder, right? So basically, these parties and these nightclubs is basically to stay away from.
Sam, the apology mentioned that because not only men does die, but you see a lot of people getting injured, and most of the people who get injured they have nothing to do with it. So you don't want to be, you don't want to be there with a unlucky bystander. You don't want that above your name. So it's best to just stay away.
And there's a lot of adultery being committed in these parties and these nightclubs, because when you check it out, you know, it's heavy in America. You call it the one night stand.
Yes.
The one night stand, and these women, they love it. As soon as they get a little tipsy, they get lightheaded, right? Some of them who can't hold the liquor, who get slip and nicky, you understand? Who get in freaking gripped, right? A lot of these men, they out here, they just commenters, they're just seeking for flesh. You understand? That bottom flesh. I ain't gonna say the bottom flesh, but the V flesh. You understand? And these men, they how about Shemeshai had judgment coming for you all who want to continue doing these things, especially you wicked women, because what they say, and I remember that a while back, would they say it have 20 women to one man, and that was years back. And that was maybe in the 2000, 2025, 2005, somewhere around there. I remember that. So you know how it is now?
Yeah, I know.
100 to 1?
Yeah.
90 to 1?
Because what the banana camera, I do a video on it. What Isaiah 4:1 comment to pass on this side, right? Because a situation took place in Libya and I believe Tunisia, where the women and them who either divorced or the husbands died, they just kidnap them and to rape them. Right? So you see these things playing out at drastic level now. And you ain't want to fall into the bad side of things, because the bad side of things, to be honest, we could say that good things, a great amount of good things in coming to the kingdom, because it's what the scripture says, through much tribulation you shall enter into the kingdom. That go and freaking wickedness in the earth and multiply exceedingly.
That's right.
Multiply exceedingly. It doesn't multiply to a great deal if you ask me, but it's coming closer and closer to Yahushua coming. It's a great amount of wickedness can be taking place in the earth.
Right. Yeah, as you just to add to the brother saying, yeah, a lot of wickedness, because even in the scriptures it say that in this day and this age, not this age, but back then, what the prophet said is lamentation, mourning and woe, right? So these are the things that's going to come. So the kingdom lies where everything going to be yapa, right? But concerning to what the brother, even the brother added to it, right, concerning what he was saying about women, how the woman is the multitude of the nations of the world, right? It's mostly women, right? So basically in that day and age, especially concerning Israel, Yasha Allah, right? What the Lord said in Zechariah 13 and 8, concerning to his people, how 1/3 going to be saved. That is basically the minority, right? And let me check it out. 2/3 of you men and women, you have to remember this. Well, men, women, and children, you have to remember this. The majority is women, so it's mostly women going to be slaughtered. Most women going to die.
With the scriptures say about all wickedness is as a little wickedness.
That's not for a woman.
All wickedness is as little wickedness to the wickedness of a woman.
That's right.
So you see, it's or you know they like to paint women as tender and delicate. Right now, or you're more wicked out here than these men. Right?
Oh, good. Just I was scrolling through the shorts in the Apostle to her channel, and it was this freaking Wicked Eve again. Wicked Eve freaking gone wild because she trained down this and trained down that, and somebody said it was a girl, a next woman she was speaking to. Come on, kid, I will delete you. I will come, man. Come, then come, let's come. I will delete you now. Thing and chala chudong look like a food stand or something. Chala chudong this and chudong that and chudong this and chudong that. But hey, what the scripture say? Let's see if I get it. I gotta search this one. I can't remember. Wait, it say a shameless woman becomes as a dog. Is over. Is Isaiah? Sarah?
Look it up. I think I saw 26.
Latest in 25.
26, yeah. Right. It's 26 and 25, and you know, it poetic, right? Because we start off this video with now Dotish from one planet, I see.
Yeah, you can.
Come on, right? So 26 and 25, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord their retribution. So, are you shameless woman, or you adulterous woman, or you not even above this?
That's right.
When are you acting the part of that nigga woman, or you freaking worse than this? What someone say? You gotta keep a house with a lion than is a haughty woman? No. One that talk plenty, but it's not that word he uses.
Better the one that say you gotta live with a dragon and a house stuff than a wicked woman.
I think it's that one I was singing just now.
Because when you check it out, when you see a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, right? In that day and that age, they're gonna be brought back to nothing. Because you don't see you're gonna take away all the ornaments, right? All the sweet smelling, and they're gonna give them fast stink, right? So that no matter how when you pass by and you have so, hey boy, she smell nice, boy. You're gonna be in that day because a lot of you women, as Brother Kahandel say, a lot of you women gonna be as bargain and chips. So you're gonna be like dogs. You're gonna be as in that day and that age as a harlot with men that's giving you up for giving up your chastity, or how does it say, giving up your freaking VV for a freaking 10 of peas, but how would they say? Right, hey, I'm right now, I hungry, you know, we seen dog, hey, take a bit now, let's bring a pack of rice or a tin or something for me to eat, and you go ahead now.
These women don't value themselves at all. Right? And I get the precept here was so 25 and 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
That's right.
Right? So are you worse than this? Are you worse than lions? Are you worse than this? We really don't want nothing to do with you and pursuing to the video. We want to stray too far from the point. To go into talking about you all bitches, but are you gonna get a just reward for that?
That's right.
Or you gonna feel it? Hey, or you Jake woman? You see when the lights cut, no food, freaking you can't protect yourself. You can't put that weave in your head. You can't wear that. You're gonna see the true state of these women. They're gonna be made manifest that these fucking biscuits. They're gonna be looking like this. Imagine you take the weave away from Eve. Take weave away from Eve. Fucking the braids, the perfume, the clothes,
the big fucking long eyelashes.
Yeah, all that. Hey, I don't find it don't look good with that. When you take that away from, it's goblins walking around the fucking place. You can see literal goblins, right?
Especially the freaking makeup, you know, makeup, I would say, I'll joke it's a stay long time. Hey, but you have all that makeup, but if rain fall now, your face move. Rain fall now, you're freaking watching some of them, especially the light skin one, when they cry, so you're watching some big long black thing on the face, so. Boy,
Or you won't be able to, dress all the best in that. But I know if you had anything else, you could look
I
it
will
up.
bring out the Revelation 19.
You could close to that.
Yeah. I could jump back to the point you were speaking just now. Revelation 19 and 17. Shit, that was 17. 19, crap. 19, phone malfunctioning right now. 19, 17.
Alright. Is Revelation 19 and verse 17. I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Lord.
Right, so you have to remember that day and that age, right? As brother Howard is saying, and it's so funny, eh? You're gonna have so much bodies on the ground that never get buried, right? These angels and let me say like these fowls of the air, you're gonna have a feast. And just as a little joke, it has so much food that they might not even want to eat nobody parts, it's just picking on the eyeballs, looking for the surface parts, but yeah.
Because
No, I didn't. That's not like, but that didn't make you know that doctrine here. But that's a joke now. Man.
because what is the kind of birds that could be there? The scripture speak about doleful creatures. What is them kind of birds? The kobo. Or we just say the kobo, but I believe for the overseas brothers, is the American vulture. Let's call it. It's the eagle. It's the raven. It's all these damagey birds coming to for that great feast.
That's right.
But
Continue.
verse 18, that he may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
Right, so yeah, this is what's going to happen to you wicked jakes and you wicked heathens, right? Lord gonna send out all these vultures on them just to be making a freaking supper on you all flesh.
Food out of you all.
That's right. Right, that's when I closed off with this last precept. Hope it was edifying to the flock, right? Because hey, the wicked jakes not going to get enlightened. It is the elect who will be enlightened and use this word to boost them up in the spirit to prepare them for that day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? That's when I give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the elect around the Atazah. Right? Hope it was edifying to the flock. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.